Hey everyone, welcome back to PTL. I'm Celina Pompeani. So in the early 20th century, newly arrived immigrants that settled down here in Pittsburgh and in Youngstown couldn't afford to buy big cakes for their weddings. So instead, they created a new tradition, and it is a staple here in our area. The cookie table. And just last month, the Belt Cookie Table Cookbook was released, and it has over 40 authentic cookie recipes that you can try now at home.
But basically, these are recipes that where the people provided their own beautiful, tiny little short stories with each recipe.
As a writer and home baker, author Bonnie Tawse is committed to exploring relationships between food, traditions, community, and people.
And so I went in kind of deep on like what exactly a cookie table is.
As a Chicago resident, Bonnie did her research on this big tradition of Youngstown, Pittsburgh, and surrounding areas. She says when Belt Publishing asked her if she would consider editing a cookbook about this tradition, she said yes without any bit of hesitation. The only problem, Bonnie had never experienced a cookie table in person.
And then I was online and I saw that the Mahoning Valley Historical Society was hosting this event called Cocktails and Cookie Table. And it's an annual thing where they literally recreate a wedding without the wedding couple. It's like all the elements of a wedding. And of course, instead of the couple being the star of the show at this event, the cookie table is.
8,000 cookies and stories later, Bonnie was ready.
That's what got me started. That's where I met people. That's where I got to hear people talk about their traditions, why they do it, who does it, that kind of thing. And I met a lot of wonderful people who ended up contributing recipes to the cookbook.
The contributors to the book not only came from this cocktails and cookie table gala, but also from the Youngstown Cookie Table Facebook group and even writers who had published pieces in Belt's 2015 Youngstown anthology, Car Bombs to Cookie Tables. All of these delicious recipes included in the book were tested in Bonnie's own kitchen during the first months of the COVID-19 pandemic.
And I thought, oh, is anybody going to buy a cookie table cookbook when like cookie tables and weddings and graduations and gatherings are either on hold or just simply like happening on a much smaller scale, not thousands of cookies.
And it turns out a lot of people have turned to baking during this time because her book has been selling like crazy. To apricot cookies, to stained glass cookies, to chocolate truffles and buckeyes, every recipe is made with love and comes with a rich story.
Like you can Google cookie recipes, right? Like you can Google a potato chip cookie recipe, but it's nice to find one that is got a little bit of a backstory behind it and context.
A great reminder to continue your family traditions of baking or starting new traditions with your loved ones. These recipes are great to replicate for any upcoming get-together or wedding. Hey, I may even try a few at my wedding. For PTL, I'm Celina Pompeani.
That is so much fun. And I didn't have a wedding cookie table because we got married in Mexico. Mm-hmm. But this makes me think of our upcoming Christmas in July.
Oh, that we should have Christmas cookies.
We should have Christmas cookies.
Why not? Yeah.
Maybe we should have a whole Christmas cookie table instead of a wedding cookie table.
I love how you think. I think that's a great idea.
Now we just have to do it.
Jill's not here, so we can just say we're going to do it.
And then
okay. Corey says yes.
And he's filling in for Jill, so he gives us permission.
Yeah. Well, look for more on Bonnie's Cookie Table Cookbook at PittsburghTodayLive.com. And I love the stories behind the cookies because when I see cookies, I think of certain people in my life that made those cookies when I was growing up. Like cookies remind me of my two Aunt Pats and my Grandma Wilda and my Grandma Ramona. And
your cousin Sue.
And it's my whole family. We all love cookies.
Love it so much. All right. Well.